Welcome to part 3 of MySql and PHP tutorial. So this is where we left off in part second. So let's get started. We have successfully fetched the data from the database, and now I'm going to style this table. The table width is going to be 100%, and add in 10 pixel. Yeah, perfect. TR and table heading. I'm gonna give it a border. Border is going to be 1 pixel solid hash cc. Here it looks perfect now. Let me give some padding as well. Text align center, and padding top is going to be 5 pixels, and padding bottom is going to be 5 pixels. Okay, good. Let me give some more style to table heading. Background color. Perfect. It looks decent now. Let me give some styles to this portion as well. Form wrapper. I'm talking about the input boxes. Margin top, and it's going to be 5 pixels. Form wrapper, and then input. Yeah, it looks good now. Top is going to be 2 pixels. Right is going to be 4 pixels, 2 pixels, 4 pixels. Width is going to be 75%, or 85%, or 90% actually. 91%. 19.5%. Now it's fine. Margin top is 10 pixels. Now it looks perfect. So now let's go back to our DB file and let's create some other functions. First, I'm going to create the update function. Update data, and this function will receive 4 parameters: connection status, ID, first name, last name. Actually, let me modify the code. I just got an idea actually. Okay. I'm going to use the select option list over here. Select and option. The first option is going to be empty. Make selection or choose whatever. And now the value is going to be first name, and next is going to be the last name. Actually, the user will select what he wants to update, first name or the last name. Name, update value, and the placeholder is going to be new value. Choice. Let's check this out into the browser. So now this looks like this. So now let's style the drop down list. refresh and nothing happened. Let me style it separate. Width is going to be 90.5 pixels. Refresh. I'm unable to apply the width actually. Select, and why is that? If I give it 200 pixels, yeah, now it looks perfect. Now everything is perfect. Choose first or last name. Okay, so let's create the update.php file. Here I'm going to write the if condition, and this if condition will check if the button was pressed or not. Is set, since I'm using the post request, so I'll be using the post array over here. If the submit button was pressed, that means the submit index was set. If it's not, then I'm forcing the user to go back to the index page. I mean, this way the user will not be able to open update.php page directly. He will be redirected to index.php. If the button is pressed, then only the user will be able to view the page. Location index.php. So now let's check this out into the browser. Let's suppose if user writes update.php over here, if he presses the button, so he will go back to the index.php. He will be redirected back to the index.php page. Index page. So far everything works fine. So on update.php, next I'm going to save the ID. And then choice. Choice will be assigned to the choice variable. And then update value, new value equals to post update value. Now I have to put some if else conditions over here. You will soon understand the reason why. Okay, the first condition is going to check if the ID was not equal to empty and the choice was not equal to empty and new value was not equal to empty. This means the user has successfully input the ID, the choice and update value. Else, this is the error portion actually. In case of error, the user will be redirected to index.php, the first page. ID is going to be error and V is going to be all fields required or mandatory. So let's check this out into the browser. Refresh. If I press the button update, you can notice in the URL ID equal to error. The code is working perfectly fine. So let's take care of the error message first. It should be displayed in a nice way. Where should I display the error? I think underneath the select portion. I'm going to embed some PHP. PHP is already embedded. I'm going to use this portion. If is set $_get ID. In this case, I have to display whatever is received. Div ID equal equal to whatever was the ID. In case of error, the ID will be equal to error, and in case of success, the ID will be equal to success. The ID will be changed dynamically. So now let's check this out into the browser. It says error. Actually, this should be the V. V is containing the error message. All fields mandatory. All fields mandatory. Let me clean my code. Question mark and the PHP body. Perfect. Now the error will be displayed underneath the table. Error or whichever message we receive will be displayed underneath the table. And now let's apply some styles to the message we just received. This time it was error, and next time it could be the success message. So we have to apply the style accordingly. Success, error, text align center, margin top is 20 pixels or 40 pixels. Font weight bold. In the case of success, the color of the text is going to be green, and in case of error, the text color is going to be red. Perfect. Or it's better to apply padding top. I think the previous way was fine. This should be here. Now it's fine. If user presses the button, the error will be error all fields mandatory. So this part is of already 25 minutes, and let's finish this part over here, and I'll continue in the fourth part.